Good morning. Happy October 28th. I am bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. I've been up since 4:30, went for a little jog, came back, put on my dirty old clothes from yesterday, and braided my hair. I'm kidding. It's October 27th right now. I just closed her down. I shut her down over there at Starbucks. I was there until they closed at 9, and then I left and went around the corner, and I left there. No, I did not leave at 9. I left at 8:57 and got the Chick-fil-A so that I could buy this salad like I told you I would. I committed to a Southwest salad with half a packet of creamy salsa. I said chili lime. I meant creamy salsa, by the way. Yum, yum, yum. This is a great salad. So I came into this gas station. They have one little booth here. This is the gas station that I used to always come by and give them lots and lots of food when I was giving out food for 6 months. You can see some of those videos if you want on my channel called Free Produce Stand. So this gas station is special to me. I feel so at home here. And in fact, I'm not in my hometown, but this lady working here, I recognized her from my hometown, and she we realized how we know each other from my small town, and she said she will pray for me while I sit right here, eat this salad, and finish working on this book that God has me writing. Southwest salad from Chick-fil-A. 2 more bottles of water, and that will be my gallon for the day. That'll be my gallon for yesterday, which is today. But for you and me right now, it was yesterday. I'm already working on today's gallon. I hope. Go play, go play. Hi, good morning, go play. Ah, they're chasing me. They chase me around. Stay back, stay back, stay back. They've gotten better about not jumping. Stay down, stay down. Hello, hi. You look cold and rainy and muddy. Oh, look, a kid home. Greg and I made a fantastic decision to let the kids skip school on this lovely Bull Sale Eve. I want to tell you guys about 4 things I got. Ready? Number 1, stay down, stay down. Oh my gosh, they just chased me. They chase me. Poodles are people dogs. 4 things I got. I got finished with the book. The book is complete. It is finished. I stayed at Starbucks until they closed last night at 9 o'clock. Actually, I left at 8:57 and got that salad that you saw a second ago.
I had to let Carole out.
Okay, thank you. Hair. I stayed at Starbucks until they basically closed at 9. Then I went right there next to them to a gas station, and they had free Wi-Fi in one little booth inside there. And I stayed there eating that salad. They have like a little restaurant booth inside this gas station. And I stayed there until they closed it at 10. And then from there was nowhere else in town that I could sit with free Wi-Fi. So I came home and I worked for 5 more hours. I finished that book at 3 a.m. and got to bed at 3:12 a.m. So happy, and I'm still realizing I did it. He and I did it. God and I did it. I prayed and prayed and prayed. You and I did it. I had a lot of people praying for me last night. A pastor of mine he was my pastor at the little church that I used to go to, where I actually answered my call. I haven't talked to him in a couple years. And for a man at this church that I'm filling in at said, "Hey Emily, what about that pastor you talk about a lot? He is so smart. This guy graduated from West Point Military. This pastor of mine, he's a physical therapist, and he used to come preach at our little bitty church for 2 years." So this other man at this church I've been filling in at said, "Hey, what about him? Could he come talk?" So I said, "I don't know. I haven't talked to him in a while. Let me reach out and see if he would." Well, he ended up calling me and prayed and prayed and prayed for this project at Starbucks. It was awesome. So awesome. I got home at about 10:30 and worked for 5 more hours. I ate a bonus meal at about 11 o'clock, a sandwich and a banana and some peanut butter to fuel my brain and myself to keep going. Not to force myself to keep going, which is how I got addicted, but to fuel myself to keep going. And I realized I have finally got this right. I'm eating first. For years and years and years, and this is a learned behavior, we would work. We love working. My family loves, we're hard workers. We love working. We would work and work and work and then celebrate with food. That's so backwards. That's so backwards to use food to celebrate what all you've just accomplished. And trust me, it wasn't food. Maybe a little food, a lot of sugar, and a lot of flour. I got finished. I want to tell you 4 things I got. I got finished. I got a shower. This is clean hair. And around here, 5 kids and 1 bathroom. Look at these dogs working together. Pearl is an absolute hunter. See how she digs and then sticks her nose down in there and smells? And she's taught the poodles to do that. That is my front yard you're looking at. Where was I? They are on a mission. I'd love for these poodles to be indoor dogs, but it's hard. It's hard to live in a lot of mud. Anyways, I got a shower with 5 kids in this 1 bathroom. Yes, I've got time throughout the day, but I've been moving at such a steady clip. But since they didn't go to school, I got the bathroom this morning. Hallelujah. I will maybe not have this problem so much after. Yes.
Franklin said shut up when I was trying to say get cleaning. He's just looking at the yearbook.
Okay, thank you. Shut that door. I'll talk to him. Apparently, Franklin doesn't like it when Mary tells him to get cleaning. Okay. You guys, today's bull sale eve. Tomorrow's the bull sale. Saturday is the Sabbath, and perhaps my family will enjoy some time together. Mom's coming in town to help with the bull sale. Mom, let's go to a haunted house. Let's take the kids. There's one down the road. Sunday is Halloween. I'll preach my final sermon there for this mission anyways at Pierce Memorial, and then take the kids trick-or-treating. And the next day is November 1st. Somewhere in here, Saturday, I will get the November video out talking about the theme for November and the poster and the free printable. The next day on Monday is November 1st, and they're starting on our house November 1st. The contractor is actually going to be here in a couple minutes to sign our contract. So this is all so amazing to me. I have felt a sense of urgency knowing I wanted to be able to just focus on the bull sale and my family this weekend with Halloween and preaching. And I did not want to have to carve out time to sit and study and write. So I'm just amazed. I'm amazed at the timing. I'm absolutely amazed at God's timing that the book is complete. I'm going to go here in a little while after the contractor leaves and start getting it printed and at Office Max. I'm going to print 15 copies of it. And to say that the book is complete means that sermon number 7 is complete, which normally I'm not finished with until Saturday night. And I'm thrilled that the sermon is complete, and I'm pleasantly shocked to find out that the contractor will start Monday. I got finished. I got a shower. I got good news that he's starting Monday. And now I got to go. Bye-bye. Just printed the first copy of the book I wrote. Here's my decaf coffee. I always like to show you all with my milk still going well. My little milk experiment. I've got it here in my hand. I just reviewed it. Time to go print some copies so I can give these out to the people at the church I've been preaching at. Would you like to see? I Follow Jesus. 7 Sermons by Emily Myers. I'm struggling today. I'm struggling. Probably because I went to bed at 3:15 and still got up when my alarm went off at 5:30. That probably was not enough sleep. Okay, here's my, so I'm earning tallies. All right, let me tell you what means. That means I just went shopping. To find something to wear Sunday. Preaching my last sermon for a while. That's gonna be a big relief for me to not be writing sermons all week and coming up with something like legit to wear. It's one thing to go sneak in the back door and sit in a pew, but to stand behind the pulpit. Anyways, our weight is going to fluctuate, right? Mine seems to be fluctuating. That's okay. I have needed fuel. I have eaten fuel. I'm grateful for it. But I'm struggling because I'm a little bit tired today, and that was not fun shopping. Are you with me? Anyone with me? Of course you are. We're traveling together. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm earning tallies. My brain is like, this is too hard. We should just, what, brain? What? Not just, no. I'm going to eat I gave myself 4 tallies. I'll give myself another one. I'm going to eat this delicious, perfect meal and then go take a much needed nap. I did find something in my closet. I don't really have a closet, but I found some clothes that I can wear of my own, thank goodness. And I have a question for you. Raise your hand, anyone with me on looking forward to a new month starting on Monday. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to a fresh new beginning, and October has been awesome. It's been awesome October. I'm looking at the poster now. Awesome October. We have done so much expressing, not ingest, haven't we? It's really been great. But I'm looking forward to November. All right, here's my lunch. 6 ounces of corn. My protein is turkey, salami, and some cheese, all added up to the right amount. 1 tablespoon of mayonnaise and an apple. It's 8:20. I just woke up. I've been sleeping for hours now, I guess 4 hours. And I'm gonna go to the kitchen and drink the rest of my gallon and eat a healthy dinner. Excuse me. I've been having a hard time. Okay, I've been having a hard time finding a good angle and some good lighting. I give up because Did I just make you yawn? Comment below and tell me if you just yawned. I give up because it's really not so much about the lighting. It's more about prescribed. I've been trying to think what to call these meals if I don't call them bright meals. I'm going to call it a prescribed meal. Prescribed to me, that's going to reinforce for me why I'm doing this. That I genuinely, sincerely believe I've been prescribed this way of eating, this meal plan that, again, thank you, Cassie, was derived from the Food Addicts Anonymous. Excuse me, I apologize for yawning so much during one of my videos. Prescribed. I'm going to go out there and eat a prescribed meal. That's what I'm going to call it. I'm not going to call them bright meals anymore. I'm going to call them prescribed meals. I'm also going to drink the rest of my gallon, and that means I'm going to go drink 6 bottles of water. That's the truth. I'm just letting you know I'm really going to do that. And I'm basically going to go back to bed. I'm here alone. We're all getting ready for tomorrow. My husband's working on something up at his parents'. Excuse me. So sorry. I am going to finish this video. I really hope this is uploaded before 9 p.m. I used to say that these videos would be 10 minutes or less and up before 9 p.m. I definitely want them up before 9 p.m. But from here to through the rest of October, I don't know. That's it, you guys. That's it on October 28th. I love you dearly. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you on the 29th. Okay, there's all that. I'm really looking forward to November. And I'm so grateful for all of this, all of us traveling together. I really have a sense that God is at work and doing something, and that the enemy would I have this sort of exciting sense right now that the enemy would have us not go forward with what we're doing. I hope that makes sense. The thoughts that I've had that have crossed my mind about just some tally moments that I've had in the past few hours. My bedroom is a mess, and there's even stuff on this bench right here. Tights that I bought earlier. I was out shopping. I ended up buying some tights, thinking maybe I'll just wear something that I have here. Just trying to find something, the right thing to preach in Sunday morning. Look, you can tell I've been tripping over my words, and I'm not even going to edit all that out. I'm going to leave in all that yawning and everything. God has given me, He's given me this phrase. I swear to you, He's given me this. How many words is it? 5 words. He's given me this 5 words that like He wanted me to end on or something. It's just because I said I would. Because I said I would. Because I said I would. It bugs me that this video is I hope it'll be up before 9 p.m. It will not be 10 minutes or less, and that bothers me because I said it would. But that's okay. That feels more like me being Old Testament, Old Commandment, creating old rules. I'm going to let the Spirit lead me. This video is not supposed to be less than 10 minutes. That's fine. Here's my point. I don't want to break His rules. I don't mind at all when He breaks mine. Okay? because I said I would. That's what I believe I'm supposed to say at the end of this video. So I was like, okay, how do I weave that in? How do I end on that note? It's like when you write poetry, you sort of work backwards because you know you want these two words to rhyme. So you start with those words and then you fill the sentence in. I'll give you an example. Glory and story just now came to mind. So there was a little duck, all in his glory. Everyone wondered what was his story. That was a really good example. The two words, I started with glory and story, and then I worked backwards and made up poetry. My dad wrote a lot of poetry. There's some creative stuff going on in our genes, maybe all of our genes. I'll do it again. All right. How about? Wow, I've watched a guy too that does. He's a comedian. He does like rapping in front of people. He just asks people to give him a topic. It's amazing. I'm telling you, our brains are just like constantly calculating, doing calculus. It's how you can walk across the street and not get hit by a car because you're constantly figuring how fast things are going around you. All right, I'll do one more. How about pink and think? I just looked at the word pink and think. The little girl was so cute, so pretty in pink. I quit. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to tell you because I said I would. That is the phrase that God gave me, and I swear it was like, I thought it was like supposed to be the last 5 words of this video, because I said I would. You guys, let's get excited about November and what we're going to commit to. But let's do it prayerfully and ask God what He wants us to commit to. November is going to be a refocus. That's what it's going to be. We're going to refocus. It's going to be a refocus. We're going to, just like when I take pictures around here, my camera is constantly having to refocus. It's sort of like recalibrating. So let me encourage you to be in prayer. Be in prayer about what, not what rules you would come up with for yourself. Not do this and don't do that. But if you will, pray and ask God, we're going to refocus on Him. And I am going to drink all that water. And I'm going to eat that prescribed meal. And I'm going to do all that because I said I would. What we say, what comes out of our mouth, what we say we're going to do is keeping our word. It's important on a spiritual level, especially when you consider that Jesus is the Word. John 1:1, the Word was God, and the Word was with God, and the Word has always been since the beginning. I'm butchering that. John 1:1, 1 through 5. Because I said I would. That's just what keeps coming to mind. For tonight, I'm going to go do those things. I'm going to take pictures of my prescribed dinner. They will be in my video for tomorrow morning. I will also show you last night's. It'll all be in. Last night I told you that last night's would be in this morning's again. I'm going to let God break my rules. I will show you my calendar tomorrow morning with the 27th and the 28th on there. The 27th will have a green square and a purple check mark. The 28th will have a white square and a purple check mark. They'll both have their gallons of water colored in, because I said I would. Here's probably the best way I can describe this. I believe November is going to be very trajectory changing for us, and I believe it's going to be so because we're going to do what we said we would. And I don't even know what exactly. I do know what exactly. Following this prescribed plan, no sugar, no flour, 3 meals a day, weighed and measured, and drinking my water, and then the rest of the details I'll put on the November, whether these videos, how long they are, what time they're up. They'll likely be 10 minutes or less up before 9. They have been extra long lately because I've been processing so much, and I have a sense that November we're just going to get rolling. So let me encourage you to be in prayer about, at the end of November, what you can say you did because you said you would. But again, let's be sure we're allowing Him to order our steps, and we're being obedient to Him, not ourselves. I love you all. Again, I'm going to go drink that water and take pictures of my prescribed meal, and I will show you it tomorrow morning. And I'm going to do it because I said I would. And that's what's so powerful. Jill was saying the other day, she said, Emily, I know these videos they're very encouraging, and I'm so glad. She was sharing how grateful she was that I do this. And I said, you know what, Jill, it does cost me. It costs me time. It costs me energy. It costs me digital data on my phone. I deal with all that with the SD card and moving things around, and I've gotten better and better at managing digital data. You guys, this is life or death for me. Yes, physical death, not being in the physical body that I would be in if I weren't sober. Death physically, but spiritually. This showing, I told Jill, if I weren't showing you all my life wouldn't look like it does. Meaning, if I weren't showing you all that I'm sober, I believe it at the core of my being that I probably wouldn't be sober. So I'll pay the price, however high it is, for my life. This is life or death, and me doing this with you all is I believe it's not extra. It's not costing me in the sense that it's extra work for me to show you what all I'm able to get done. I sincerely believe I'm able to get it done because I'm showing you. So this is like chicken or the egg kind of stuff. Am I being so kind and generous to show you my life? No, that's backwards. It's showing you my life that's giving me life. It's sharing this with you that's keeping me from it's amazing to me how often I can just put a period right there. It's sharing you my life that's keeping me, period. That's keeping me sober. It's keeping me here. It's keeping me staying the course and on track. And I'll continue doing that as long as God tells me to. I cannot imagine what it's going to be like. This the man that came, the contractor earlier, is a Mennonite. He pulled up into my driveway on a tractor. He hopped out, and by the way, he is excellent at what he does and has built homes around here and businesses around here. You all know my husband went to law school. He's got a friend around here that's a lawyer. He built his office, so we've got some like lawyer friends, and this Mennonite man does a beautiful job, and businesses, homes. I'm so thrilled that we got him. That's an answered prayer. We've been praying and praying for this. If you will, I'd like to humbly ask for prayer for the home renovation, that it goes well. But he pulled up and said, okay, he's kind of ready to talk about it and wanted to know if we had sketched it all out. And I was like, no. I grabbed a piece of paper and started drawing. He was like, okay. And basically we're going to start Monday. And we went upstairs. He was talking about the roof, and I could pull the roof off Monday, but then it might rain Tuesday. And I don't mean like where I'll be in my kitchen and can see clouds, but still no roof. Then he went in my son's room. Okay, I can cut a hole here, and I can cut a hole in my daughter's room, cut a hole in the logs. We're cutting through the logs to make doors to go into bathrooms. This is happening Monday. So I'm telling you, I don't believe I'll be putting out hour-long videos much in November. I think it's going to be a steady clip, which is why let's go ahead and start now getting our head in the game for November. Let's go ahead and start now preparing our hearts and our minds for our MO for November. What is it? What is our mode of operating going to be? And like I've said, I'm not worried about all the green and yellow on my calendar from October. And I'm going to give myself a tally right now, because to just say that sort of sounds like the old way. I'm giving myself a tally right now on this little piece of paper. My shampoo and my conditioner that I'm earning, I just gave myself that blue tally, because just to tell you, I'm not worried about October, but all the yellow and green squares. It makes me think the old way says, yeah, let's just go ahead and party it up for the rest of October. No, brain, no, that's not a good idea. I'm not worried about all those yellow and green squares, but I'm not going to say I don't want them. Remember, we've talked about this a lot lately. I'm not going to tell myself, no. That's in my video called The Key to Losing Weight. I'm going to focus on what I do want. And what I do want is automaticity and simplicity and purple checks on my calendar. Just the simplicity of that. That's genuinely what my heart desires. I do believe God gave me all these yellow and green squares because I just wrote a book. I did a lot of writing in October. So much writing. In October, I was a writer. And moving forward, I expect to be more of a project manager in November, helping my kids find places to sleep and keeping our clothing clean while there's sawdust. And pray for me, Jill. Here's that face. Let's start thinking about November. Let's start praying about November. Let's start looking forward to refocusing. Simplicity, automaticity. And at the end of November, let's simplicity, automaticity, integrity. By the end of November, I'd like for us all to be able to say, we did it because we said we would. And let's allow God to define that. What is it that He's asking us to commit to? I love you all dearly. I will see you tomorrow. And tomorrow, please say a little prayer for the bull sale. And please put in the comments below how we can specifically be praying for you all. I promise you, I want to be praying for you all. This is not one-sided. And there are other people praying for you. We'd love to know if there's specific ways. Please put those in the comments. I promise you, they will get read. If by no one else, the Lord will see them. Express, not ingest. That's what we've been doing throughout the month of October. And that's what I did earlier when I told you I went clothes shopping and it wasn't fun. And I know some of you all can relate. I expressed, not ingested. I'm going to go ingest some water and some dinner. You'll see these pictures tomorrow morning. I love you dearly. And because I said I would, let's let God do with us what He wants to, and let's follow His lead. And again, it's so powerful having this type of accountability. Because that's the nature of committing. If I weren't, because I said I would. A lot of diet programs want us to focus on the why. Sometimes that's the only reason why. That's the only reason we ended up doing something. Just because we said we would. So that's very, very powerful. Again, let's be in prayer. Let's get our hearts and our minds ready. Let's go ahead now and start to refocus for our refocus in November. And again, if for no other reason, what a gift from God to commit to Him, keep our eyes fixed on Him, and do what He's telling us to do. And then share what He's telling us to do. Do it so we can say, because I said I would. The end. Good night. See you tomorrow.